James had not seen Sir Topham Hatt or Rarity for several days. They left him alone at Titmashets to think about what he had done to the coaches. He was feeling miserable.
Oh dear, how long will I have to be at Titmashets? Will anyone see my red coat again? Why did I ever go so fast and make a hole like a brake pipe on one of my coaches and had to be mended, of all things, a passenger's bootlace? How embarrassing!
At last, Sir Topham Hatt and Rarity arrived to see him.
I know you are sorry, James, and I hope now that you will be a better engine. You've been giving me a lot of trouble lately. People are laughing at my railway, and I don't like that at all.
Absolutely. Every pony back in Equestria are laughing at me that I have to work with a bad-tempered red rocket instead of a proper engine like my friends are. I hope that you've learned your lesson by now.
I'm very sorry, you two. I'll do my best to behave better from now on.
That's a good engine, James. I want you and Rarity to pull a freight train to Wellsford today. Now run along to Knapford. Thomas and Twilight will shunt them for you.
James was delighted and puffed away. When they arrived, Thomas and Twilight were shunting their freight cars into place.
Here's your freight train, James.
Oh, by the way, James, have you and Rarity got some bootlaces ready? You'll never know when you'll need them.
I thought we agreed never to speak of that again.
Then he ran off laughing, leaving them crossed with red faces.
Oi, curse me kids, not them again! We want the proper engine, not a red rocket!
James just ignored them and started as soon as the conductor was ready.
Come along, you lot!
No, we won't listen to a troublemaking crumpet like you!
But James didn't care, and pulled the screeching freight car sternly out of Knapford Station. The cars tried hard to make him give up, but James still kept going. Sometimes their brakes would slip on and their axles would overheat. Each time they had to stop to put the trouble right. And each time James would start again, determined to not let them get the better of him.
Just give it up, James. You know you can't pull us all. You're a weak, spineless engine, and you know it!
I don't care what you say, but I can and I will.
Slowly but surely, he pulled them along the main line. At last, when they approached Gordon's Hill, Rarity had an idea.
Look out for trouble, darling. We'll pick up speed and get them up before they know it. Don't let them stop you, Jamesy.
So James went faster and soon they were halfway up the hill.
I'm doing it, Rarity. Will the top never come?
Then, with a sudden jerk, it all came easier.
I've done it, Rarity! Hooray! It's easy for us now!
But Rarity shut off steam and applied the brakes.
I wouldn't celebrate our success yet, darling. They've done it again. We've left our tail behind. Look!
The last few freight cars were running backwards down the hill. A coupling had snapped. But the conductor stopped them at the bottom of the hill and got out to warn approaching trains.
What in tarnation?
So that's why it was easy!
And he backed the other cars carefully down to where Edward and Applejack were flagged down.
What silly freight cars are these days? Some pony could have gotten hurt.
Shall we help you, James?
No thanks, Edward. I'll pull them myself.
Good. Don't let them beat you two.
I say, you're doing well.
And with clouds of steam and smoke, James slowly struggled up the hill again.
I know! I can do it!
He pulled and puffed as hard as ever he could.
Yes! I've done it, Rarity!
Now that's my Jamesy.
They reached Wellsford Station safely, and they were resting in a siding when Edward and Applejack pulled in.
Howdy!
Then they saw Sir Topham Hatt.
Oh dear, Rarity! What will he say to us?
But Sir Toppin Hat was smiling.
I was in Edward's trade and I saw everything of what you and Rarity have done, and I'm proud of you. You two have made the most troublesome cars on the line behave. Now, James, you finally deserve to keep your red coat.